Ciao a tutti, bentornati su The Games Brew, io sono Roy Lovat e oggi vi porto un nuovo gioco uscito da pochissimo, uscito il 30 maggio e che come vedete si chiama Return to Grace. Che cos'è Return to Grace? È un'avventura narrativa ambientata nel futuro, un futuro in cui l'umanità ha fatto un enorme balzo avanti grazie a un'intelligenza artificiale chiamata appunto Grace. Intelligenza artificiale che poi è scomparsa, si sono perse le tracce, non si sa la ragione della sua scomparsa e noi vestiremo proprio i panni di un'archeologa in viaggio ormai da un anno alla ricerca del luogo in cui si troverebbe conservata questa intelligenza artificiale per scoprire che cosa sia successo. Il gioco mi ha attirato sin da subito perché è reso con un art style molto particolare che richiama quello che abbiamo visto in The Invincible, ovvero un art style futuristico retrò, un po' fantascienza, che ricorda la fantascienza degli anni 60, quindi è molto particolare, molto bello. E poi perché c'è la grande promessa che molti fanno e pochi mantengono di avere una scrittura molto ironica. Dovrebbe far ridere praticamente, per dirla in soldoni, questo titolo. Oltre che avere un mistero, dovrebbe essere anche un'avventura molto simpatica. E vedremo se effettivamente sarà così, perché come ho detto non sempre riescono a mantenere questa promessa. Detto questo, io vi ricordo che qui sotto in descrizione troverete il link alla pagina Steam del gioco nel caso lo voleste comprare. E che, come sempre, potete lasciarmi un commento, mettere like al video e iscrivervi al canale. Detto questo, io non perderei altro tempo e mi lancerei nell'avventura.
Stick's not responding.
Già precipitiamo, bene. Siamo un'archeologa, eh?
Can you take control?
The storm is interfering with my senses.
Hold on.
Impact in 10, 9, oh, there it is. Addie? Addie, please respond.
Everything hurts.
You've been out for nearly an hour.
What's our status, Alan?
We've crashed.
Yeah, I got that.
My hull is intact. Thrusters 2 and 4 are damaged and will require realignment.
So will my back. Can you let me out?
Not before we talk about your suit.
Okay, talk.
I'm reading green on seals, green on batteries. Thermals are, well, not green, but fine, and you have 5.35 hours of oxygen, maybe 6 if we run the scrubbers hot. But Addie, we've had this discussion before. You won't have
Alan,
enough to...
It's fine. I have a plan.
I'm concerned that...
I have a plan.
Understood.
Now, open the hatch.
The canopy hydraulics are not responding. You'll have to pull the manual release.
Ok, quindi Allen dovrebbe essere l'intelligenza artificiale della navetta. Noi siamo Eddie, abbiamo ossigeno per 5 ore, 6 proprio se vogliamo rischiare. I razzi vettori, 2 sono a posto, 2 vanno riallineati. I nostri, credo che si riferisse alle nostre placche termiche sulla tuta, non funzionano e neanche l'apertura automatica della navetta, quindi dobbiamo attivare l'apertura manuale. Tra l'altro c'è qualcosa che lei vuole fare, perché lei ha detto ho un piano. Lui gli ha detto ma già te l'ho detto, non potrai non ne voglio parlare, c'ho già un piano. Ok, quindi andiamo un po'. Vedete, molto simile a The Invincible come idea, anche l'elmetto e tutto quanto.
Seriously,
Si è incastrato.
This stupid piece of junk.
I'm right here.
Bello il doppiaggio, mi piace. Ehi, già un achievement.
Visibility's terrible. Any sign of the spire?
I'm not picking up anything new, just the original beacon signal. You'll need to use your wayfinder to locate an entry point, if there is one.
C'è la faccina.
Let's figure out where you're at, Grace.
Grace.
You know the beacon could be anything. A lost colony, a relay station.
200 distinct oral histories can't be wrong, Alan. Grace is here.
Grace
I can't believe
dovrebbe
this
essere
storm.
il nome dell'intelligenza
Where would this have come
artificiale.
There is record of ancient terraforming on other moons. I think it's safe to assume that Ganymede is not an exception.
Dobbiamo andare di qua, no? Immagino sia il pallino quello che dobbiamo seguire. C'è qualcosa. Una tenda. Nobile, è qui?
Looks like a weather station, or maybe a seismic station. It looks the era of that relay from the Dawes Sea dig. It's at least 700 years old, Alan.
Wow. 700 anni dovrebbe avere minimo. Oh. E qua. Qui direi che si finisce nel burrone. Oh.
There's a little bridge here. There wouldn't be much sense of building this if we weren't within walking distance of the spire.
By all estimates, the beacon is within 400 meters.
Ok, 400
This
metri
looks climbable.
al ripetitore che sta lanciando sto segnale. La chiazza verde?
Which way here?
Di qua. E se vado di qua che succede? Crepo? Dobbiamo andare di qua, voglio vedere, magari c'è qualcosa. Ah, è giusto. È uguale. Facciamo il giro in circolo. Siamo già morti?
Yep, there goes the back again.
Ecco,
What
ci siamo
happened?
rifatti male alla
Fell into a
schiena.
stupid fissure. Looking for a new way to reach the spire. Or at least someplace where it will be easier to find my body.
Dice, dovrò trovare un altro modo per raggiungere il nostro obiettivo o un punto dove sia più facile recuperare e trovare il mio cadavere. Hello?
Looks a little tight.
Qualche orso?
It's opened up again.
Another station. They're too close together to be weather stations.
So seismic then. Icequakes would be the risk of building here. So it makes sense they would track activity. The surface temperature is dropping. We can't maintain your thermals much longer.
We're close. I can feel it.
I wish I shared your optimism.
Grazie. Altro achievement prima. Stavolta con Conan Doyle. Prima Tolkien. Eccola. The Spire. Sarà questa?
Oh my god. This has to be it.
Sì.
What are you seeing, Addie?
Hello there, Star
I'm looking at
Wars.
what must be the spire superstructure. I can't imagine how something this big has gone undetected for this long.
A 500-year-old storm?
I don't know. It doesn't seem possible. I can see an exhaust port that might be low enough to jump to.
Vediamo se ci possiamo arrampicare. No. Dai,
Did you make it, Addie?
I'll let
beh,
you know in 1 sec.
non abbiamo urlato.
I'm in. All right, Grace. Let's find out what you've been up to for the past 900 years.
Wow, 900 anni. Il segnale si sta avvicinando, eh.
This might be tight. Hope my light still works.
Ok, le luci funzionano. Oh signore, e se rimane incastrata?
You should see this spooky tunnel I'm in, Alan.
And why would I want that?
Come on, you're not excited?
You crash-landed me in a frozen hellscape and left me for salvage.
10 years of research, not to mention 6 months of spaceflight, are about to pay off.
But at what cost?
Don't ruin this for me.
Ecco, mo magari c'è l'abisso.
Looks like a bit of a labyrinth, but I'm still picking up the signal ahead.
And you can still hear me?
Loud and clear, buddy. The structure looks to be in decent condition.
Another good sign.
Everything about this place looks 30th century to me. It's the right era, the right size.
Don't say it, Addy. We've had our hopes dashed before.
Quindi da un po' che la cercavano, perché dice sembra stile anni 30. Cioè, no, non ti entusiasmare troppo
So
presto.
the tunnels can be air sealed. I'm guessing large parts of the station can be pressurized.
Ok. I tunnel si possono chiudere e gran parte della stazione può essere pressurizzata. Dell'edificio, no, della stazione. Ecco qua,
This one's
rotto.
broken. I think I can crawl through.
Ecco, tagliati a metà. Subito. Non è proprio
Jeez.
sicuro.
That's gotta be over 15 meters.
Ecco.
And if gravity here is 1/6 of that on Earth, then a 15-meter fall here would be the equivalent of falling less than 3 meters at standard G, which you've mastered a couple of times already on the moon's surface.
3 metri non è
It's
pochissimo.
probably fine.
I could calculate outcome probabilities based on previous drop impacts if you've already jumped, haven't you?
Le ha detto, posso calcolare i rischi di danno in base ai tuoi precedenti salti? È già saltato, vero?
Gosh, I hope this is the right way.
Si dice, speriamo che sia la via giusta. Pure io ti stai infilando in tunnel dove potresti rimanere incastrato a vita.
Oh boy, this is slick.
Ecco.
Oh no.
Questo è alto. Ah, dai, poteva andare peggio. Ma sono mattonelle? Wow.
Oh,
Are you hurt, Addy?
I'm working on it. The structure is enormous.
I'm sure it's very big.
This has to be the Grey Spire, Alan.
And there it is. The perfect setup for disappointment.
Ecco. Magari non è quello che stavamo cercando. Sembrerebbe. Si vedete tutto stile anni 60. Sembra sta su un set di Star Trek, la serie classica, o il Doctor Who. Adesso escono i Dalek. Exterminate!
I found the beacon.
This means something.
The transmitter is on some sort of console.
It must be part of a control network for the megastructure.
You think we can make a connection here?
Theoretically, if you run a scan, I can attempt to connect. The interface language is quite old and sophisticated, but we should be able to calibrate your computer to interact. You can use your gyroscope to sync with the terminal. I have the first calibration position. The meter will indicate when you are close.
Ok, vediamo che tipo di enigmi ci sono.
First
Okay.
position is locked. Second
Abbastanza
calibration position is
semplici.
up.
Probabilmente saranno tutti enigmi. Dico probabilmente perché non lo so. tutti enigmi, diciamo, abbastanza semplici in modo da mandare avanti l'avventura.
Watch the meter close. That's 2, and here's the
attimo.
final position.
Quindi non credo ci sarà roba particolarmente complessa.
That's it. We're in. Accessing the network now. Oh,
Ok.
Shit. Alan, you there?
No, siamo
Alan?
isolati.
Hello. A visitor. Let's have a look.
Where's Alan? Who is this?
Who is this? Who are you? Entering a home without knowing its host.
Are you Grace?
Good question. I'm not entirely Grace. I'm running on just a small part of her logic processing.
Grace is still here.
And what brings you here?
My name is Adamari Ito. I'm an explorer.
I must apologize, Adamari. It would appear I have lost much of my capacity. I cannot see very far beyond the room we are in.
I've lost connection with my ship's AI.
You won't need Alan here. I can show you around.
Will you be able to let me out of this room?
Of course. But until we are able to restore power to the station, I will require your assistance. There should be a manual winch set in the floor at the foot of one of the sliding doors.
E quindi questa è Grace che ha cacciato Allen e, come vi dicevo all'inizio, praticamente è stata frammentata la sua memoria.
At the foot of one of the doors.
Non è questo. Ha detto che ci aiuterà. Eccola qua. Il
This must be
pannello.
it.
Working the winch will open the door.
Ok. I comandi manuali per aprire le porte.
Do you know where Grace has been all this time?
Grace went somewhere?
She's been gone for hundreds of years.
Ah, come Star
I
Trek,
am running
così.
on a very old server. My memories predate the completion of the Grace Spire.
Grace ushered in humanity's golden age. Peace across the system, booming interplanetary trade, scientific marvels, colonies beyond the orbit of Neptune. And then she was gone, and it all fell apart.
I'm sorry, I don't remember.
Well, you're a lot more than an archaeologist usually gets.
Oh. Ho fatto. Quindi Grace è alla base degli avanzamenti dell'umanità.
The first step to restoring Grace is to bring the Spire's power station back online.
Brevard.
Let's do it.
I'll light the way.
Pipu pipu piu.
What do I do here?
This is a security panel. I am decrypting the pattern now. Ah, yes. Simple enough. You'll need to light up 9 buttons, forming a square at the center of the panel.
Okay, the 9 buttons in the center.
That is what I said.
If you're not Grace, then what do I call you?
I don't believe there are any identification strings in my base logic that would suffice.
I'll call you Logic then. For now. Till we have a better idea of who you are. And, you can call me Addie.
I will refer to you as Addie, then, until we have a better idea of who you are.
So what exactly are you?
The station's emergency server had defaulted to Grace's original logic processing. That's me, as you've suggested. The server can also run a program dedicated to the control of infrastructure, and a third system dedicated solely to empathizing with and understanding humans. When power is restored, Grace's primary servers should come online, and we will become some small part of Grace's consciousness. Go ahead and activate the elevator.
Ok, quindi non è proprio Grace, appunto, è una parte, è la parte del server d'emergenza. Quando è andata via la corrente, siamo entrati noi, si è attivata lei. Adesso, quando riattiveremo tutto, lei verrà assimilata dalla Grace vera e propria. È tipo Grace in supporto vitale. Andiamo giù.
This looks like metallic rock.
The power station is set into the spire's foundation stone.
The foundation stone would have been an asteroid, right?
Most certainly. About 50 cubic kilometers, from what I can recall.
Amazing. Most accounts of Grace's origins talk about an asteroid being pulled from the heavens. That makes sense. There wouldn't be any construction resources on Ganymede and nothing to anchor the structure. I can't imagine the effort it would have taken to redirect an asteroid that big. We don't do anything like that today. Can you open this?
With some difficulty. I will need to direct power from logic to control processing. And I will not function at the same cognitive level until full power is restored.
What do you mean, at the same level?
Good luck, Addie.
Ecco, grazie. Enorme.
You still there?
Where would I have gone?
You sound a little
Control.
different.
Just stronger. The voice of control resonates through the very walls of the structure. I shall start the turbine after you prime the generators that open the spillway.
And this turbine still works?
It worked before, and it will work again. You shall find the generators on the platform at the other side of the room.
Alrighty. You know what's in these?
Go to the 3 generators overlooking the turbine.
Simpaticissimo.
They're cartridges. For what, I wonder?
Enough, Addie. You must go to the generators.
Scusa, sono un archeologo. Via col vento.
What's the crane for?
For the last time, go to the generators.
Grazie, è molto simpatico.
You must prime the generators first.
Makes sense.
Beh, qualcuno c'è stato però perché si è rotto il pannello.
What happened here? Someone ripped this apart.
Why do you insist on being so insolent? Go to the generators.
So, why do you need me to start these?
Tradition. A
Tradition.
time-honored failsafe of including human hands in the operation of this station.
Attiva.
So, do you share memories with the logic processor?
Indeed, we are all part of Grace.
Ecco.
Aspects of her infinite power. Shadows of what was, and promises of what will be. I was the light that shone in the darkness. I was the hand that divided the firmament.
Turbine attivate,
The
turbina
turbine
esplosa.
has failed us.
That's not good.
I must call upon you to cast out the wicked instrument,
The what?
the broken turbine. You must go to it now.
Alright.
Bello, manco siamo arrivati, già siamo a fare gli schiavi. Ah, che
Calm
bello.
down. I'm safe to be down here, right?
You shall not be harmed. You must uncouple the safety latches.
That sounds unsafe.
It is not.
Uno. Magari non era così difficile da togliere. Lo fai in silenzio. Uno sforzino.
You must now go to the magnetic crane.
You're sure I'll be able to fix this?
If you trust in my word, yes.
Sì, io mi fido, però stai tranquillino, eh. Ti mando un'esplosione EMP, poi vediamo. Questa non corre. Strano che funzioni tutto ancora perfettamente.
You must first cast out the old turbine. Now cast aside the wretched unit.
Wretched unit. Parla molto biblico.
Now you shall place the new turbine.
Beh, nuova turbina, grazie. Beh, la storia di ogni archeologo. Inizi per fare l'archeologo, finisci a fare l'operaio. No? Mi sento rappresentato, vedi? Videogiochi e rappresentazione. Il povero archeologo. Oh, mazza quanta luce.
Everett?
Hello?
Everett.
Everett, is that you?
Grace?
Everett.
Hello?
Behold my power.
What's happened?
I am reborn. Humanity will once again flourish in the brightness of my glory.
This isn't right. Our processing has not combined. Grace has not been restored.
Ecco.
I think she was here for a moment. She was calling to someone. Do you know who Everett is?
No. With power restored, my mind is clearer, sharper. But I could not tell you who Everett is.
You must leave this place at once. Return to your vessel and spread word of my return.
I don't think
From
so.
Sol's fiery core to the icy Kuiper expanse, all must know.
I've hijacked the volume control. I don't feel like this is going to be a short commandment. We'll see how long before he notices.
It took me nearly a year to get here. I want to know if Grace can be brought back.
There is more complex to explore if you head back to the control room through which you entered. We should determine where in the megastructure my central processors are located. Perhaps along the way you may learn more about this Everett.
I forbid you to linger a moment longer.
And he's back.
Like a divine comet, dive from the outer reaches and spread light and understanding to the inner
Please.
worlds.
I'm not leaving.
Yet more insolence.
Step 4.
Are there any accounts as to why Grace was shut down in the first place?
Ecco, esatto.
There's no electronic record at all. That would have been lost during the Great Dark Age.
Dark Age?
Much of humanity's record keeping would have been managed by Grace. So, when she went down 900 years ago, so did the ability to record what happened. The research that led me here was based on oral histories mostly, and some artifacts we uncovered on Earth and Mars. Relay devices that were once connected to Grace's network.
Then we share an interest in shedding light on this Dark Age.
Praticamente ha detto che noi non sappiamo che cosa sia successo a Grace quando è sparita, quando ha smesso di funzionare, perché era Grace a mantenere tutta la storia, tutte le informazioni, a registrare tutte le informazioni dell'umanità, e ovviamente quando si è spenta abbiamo perso tutto. E lei è arrivata su questo pianeta, su Ganimede, grazie a racconti trasmessi oralmente e alcuni manufatti trovati sulla Terra e su Marte. Vedi, affidati tutto all'intelligenza
From what I can
artificiale.
tell,
Poi
there is some sort of transit system on the other side of the control room, which should lead you to the other parts of the spire. I will illuminate the door leading to this transit system.
Control vuole che ce ne andiamo e che iniziamo a dare la buona novella del ritorno di Grace. Lei invece vuole scoprire che diavolo sia successo e dobbiamo scoprire chi sia Everett.
Alas, I require your nimble fingers again.
Alright, what's the pattern?
Another easy one. The Phoenician letter Tau.
Who would know that?
I don't know. Perhaps an archaeologist? How about the Greek letter Chi?
Allora, questo intanto
The
vediamo.
Roman numeral 10?
Okay.
Un attimo, mi togli questi. dovrò fare tutto. Kai. Mi piace che gli americani fanno Kai.
Please tell me you know your Roman numerals.
Sì, lo so, ma fammi
How
capire.
about a big fat X?
Lo
You
so,
know that
ma
one?
devo vedere se è tutto.
Perhaps it's the symbol you use to sign documents.
Just give me a sec.
Voglio sapere se lo devo fare grande quanto tutto il coso o lo vuoi sempre di 9. No, di 9 è impossibile. Sarà così. Ok.
Got it.
This is not the way to your ship.
Do you believe Grace could have done something to cause humans to turn on her?
Like what?
Like becoming too overbearing?
Humans would have been given no reason to question my bearing.
It's one of my theories, yes?
Questo sembra un tunnel di Star Trek Voyager. Ah.
This must be the main entrance. I'm guessing the landing pad is on the other side of the big doors?
That's correct, Addie. Though the pad appears to be buried under meters of ice.
This looks Olympian or Neo-Egyptian. The triangle must represent the spire. Beautiful, don't you think?
Does it matter if it's beautiful?
That's another way to see it, sure. Cool statue. Or maybe it's a mobile. Do the little moons move?
Perhaps at one point in time, though I'm not sure of the relevance of that.
Just curious. Is this an airlock?
Yes, the spire beyond this point can be pressurized. I assume your suit has limited oxygen?
I have about 5 hours left.
That's quite a risk you're taking. Were you assuming station life support could be restored?
Well, can it?
I believe so. But for reasons I'll never understand, life support is controlled by empathy processing. I suppose they had to give it something to do. I will enable that programming now.
Hello, Addie.
Hello. So you're going to get oxygen going?
The process has already begun, my friend. No rush. If you let me accompany you along the path ahead, I can balance the environment to your life force as we walk.
Oh, here we go.
Empatia controlla il sistema di supporto vitale.
Wow. How are these plants still intact?
They must have been subject to a very sudden drop in temperature while still alive.
What is this place?
Sono
Remaining
congelate.
connected to one's natural world is important for a person's well-being. A fitting starting point for those entering the structure, don't you think? Do you see them, Addie? Life in perfect stillness? The flowers defying the hoarfrost, as you have defied the emptiness of space to arrive here.
I guess.
Which one are you?
Pardon me?
Which one of these blooms best embodies your spirit?
Seriously?
It's important I know these things in the balancing of illuminatory ergonomics.
È la
Fancy words do
fricchettona.
not make this any less idiotic.
Go ahead, Addie. There are no wrong choices.
Questa è l'intelligenza artificiale di Krishna.
By all means, take your time if you need it. What's the rush, Addie? If you'll return to the garden, we can finish balancing life support. Go ahead and choose a bloom, Addie.
Ah, dobbiamo scegliere una pianta. Yellow, purple. Questo che corrisponderà con le intelligenze che ci seguono.
Go
Cioè,
ahead and
questo.
I
choose a
like
bloom.
this one.
A wonderful choice. You're driven by curiosity. A search for something truly special has brought you to the spire. I'm making the lighting adjustments now. You can make your way to the artifact display by the boardwalk.
Ha detto the port block.
Do you recognize any of the objects in this section of the garden? I'd love to know what you think of them. For the calibration process.
I have no idea what this is.
Come non
A
incudine.
weapon or a tool of some kind?
It's a device for working metal. Why do you suppose it's in this garden, Addie?
It could be a symbol of hard work.
An industrious future? Or a laborious past, perhaps?
Am I doing this right?
You are doing splendidly. Please,
Hmm.
consider another object.
I'm sorry. This cannot possibly be necessary.
Temperature preferences can vary considerably between individuals. Careful calibration is essential.
How about above freezing and we proceed?
It's really up to Addie. If you don't wish to consider more objects, I can set the temperature within a survivable range and you can move to the pergola in the center of the room.
C'è logica, dice: com'è possibile che analizzare i vari elementi sia estremamente necessario per settare il sistema di supporto ambientale? Dice perché ognuno è molto sensibile a temperature differenti. Dice altrimenti come farei? Quello hai detto. E che ti pare settarlo semplicemente su una temperatura che sia superiore al congelamento?
Is this a lantern?
An expression of our certainty in the flow of time.
How so?
A craftsman spent months carving this remarkable device based on the absolute certainty that after day, night would follow.
All right, I follow.
What's the point of this, Addie?
A fair question. Why do these objects interest you?
Perché sono
I'm an
archeologa.
explorer. I'm here to learn.
And that's to be admired.
This must be Terra Classical, or made in the style. I'm not really an expert.
But it suits you. The ancient Greeks boarded their ships and set out to explore the world, discover its gods, and conquer its monsters. You are an explorer, Addie. But are you here to meet a god or to slay some beast, I wonder? You're not a planner, are you? You live in the moment, don't you?
I've been told that.
I like that about you.
Gli antichi greci salpavano, esploravano il mondo, ma tu sei qui per uccidere una bestia o per scoprire una nuova divinità?
This statue could be outer colonial. It's simple, but it's quite beautiful, I guess.
And why would its beauty matter?
People like pretty things.
Ah, a human truth spanning thousands of years. What would you say these objects have in common?
They're artifacts from long before the building of the station.
The things we leave behind say something about us, don't they?
What a society leaves behind is all we have in understanding how they lived.
But we're interested in what you were willing to leave behind in order to come here.
Haven't left a whole lot, to be honest.
Because you need little more than your curiosity to sustain you. I believe that's all I will need to set the perfect temperature.
Finally.
You can move to the pergola in the center of the room.
A quanto pare non ci siamo lasciati niente a casina. E siamo abbastanza impulsivi, viviamo alla giornata.
And we can go about setting oxygen levels.
Call me old-fashioned, but how about the traditional 21%?
Go ahead and seat yourself at the center of the pergola.
Sono al centro.
Very good. Now, when you're ready, you can remove your helmet.
Ecco.
My helmet?
Of course. You can't sample the air I've prepared with it on.
And you're sure it's safe?
Your well-being is the most important thing, Addie. I'm certain it is safe.
Okay.
Now I want you to take a deep breath. No. I want you to take a slow, deep breath and hold it until I tell you to release. A nice, deep breath. Hold it there. 3, 2, 1, and release.
Dai, ma abbiamo sbloccato l'intelligenza artificiale
And when
yoga.
you're ready, another deep breath in.
Per favore.
Deep as you can, Addie. Hold it. 3, 2, 1, and release. Very good, Addie. Feel all that built-up stress from your long journey here release into the ether.
Oh, please.
Shut out any negative energy and take in another life-nurturing breath.
Logica, vieni in nostro
Fill
aiuto, per
those
favore.
marvelous lungs. Hold it. 3,
Gli happy
2,
flowers.
1, and release. Wonderful.
Even the station has a limited supply of oxygen.
We can move on now. Next, I want you to really open your body by reaching up toward the sky.
No, niente yoga, basta. E saluta al sole.
Wonderful. How's that feel, Addie?
Kinda nice?
And we're almost done the calibration. For our last exercise, I will ask you to stand up.
Okay.
Per favore, siamo arrivati sulla stazione e ci va a fa
Once you're centered,
yoga.
you can hold your hands in a relaxed position in front of you. Now transfer your weight onto one foot. I want you to hold that for 10 seconds.
Okay.
What could this possibly have to do with oxygen levels?
Esatto.
It's about balancing.
Literal balancing? Unbelievable.
Almost there. 3, 2,
Ma dai,
1.
su.
And that's 10 seconds. Excellent, Addie. We've done great work here today. I've made note of these settings for the other parts of the station.
La terapia.
So we can move to the transit system now?
Grazie.
The door
Ciao.
out is just up the stairs past the flowers.
Per adesso quella che preferisco è logica, Gli altri... Uno è matto, l'altra è fricchettona.
I'll do my best to get the oxygen mix just right in the rest of the station. Just let me know if anything is not quite working for you.
You don't suspect Grace was shut down in a human conflict?
Maybe. Or you were abandoned over time.
Abandoned?
We've walked away from a lot of great things.
Qual è la ragione per cui abbiamo spento Grace? Una guerra?
Very cool.
L'abbiamo abbandonata?
These
Boh.
tracks move transport pods to other levels of this complex.
Let's see if we can get this thing working.
Guerra? Non credo, non ci sono tracce, almeno per adesso, di danni
You wouldn't build a
strutturali.
system like this if you didn't need to move a lot of people.
Esatto.
Which bodes well for finding something cool at the other end. This must be the transit control room. Looks like people worked here. No power?
There is no current running to this console. Control will be required to reroute power.
And you defied my wishes to tell the solar system of my return.
I'm just looking for answers, boss.
I am the only answer.
Control? Fine. Where's the electrical access for the room?
To the left of the rear door. But as I said, you will need control to reroute power to the console.
This era of electronics is dead simple. Won't hurt to take a look. This looks like a welder's jetpack. It's been disassembled for some reason. This one looks to be in working order. These look like crystal core processors. Amazing.
Do you still use this technology?
They'd be too expensive to build today.
Come hai fatto ad arrivare qua su allora? Se tutto così a pezzi.
This should show the power status of the room's various systems. Well, nothing in the room is on standby.
As I'd said,
I'm gonna have to look at the breakers. My dad worked on older machines for a living. They're not predictable things. They have quirks.
I sense that there is joy in this work for Addie.
well, I can tell you there is no joy running to any of those breakers.
Sometimes a good whack will knock something into place.
It's worth a try.
Well, there's your problem right there. Someone's removed the entire power relay.
As I told you.
So why can't Control help us? Isn't he programmed to serve humans?
He's more accustomed to tasks like maintaining power grids across entire planets, while I'm very much attuned to the needs of individuals.
What about you, Logic?
I apparently offer wisdom to the wind.
You activated Control and Empathy.
For all the good that did us.
Is there another configuration we can call on?
Grace's core processors contain only these 3 systems.
Can you combine the systems? Take the edge off Control with a little empathy?
I suppose it's possible, but there's no telling what the outcome of something like that would be.
Could it be any worse than Control?
It can always be worse.
Give it a try. It sounds like a wonderful idea, Addie.
You're right. What do I know? Don't blame me if he turns out to be a murderer.
Ecco.
Addie?
Yep, it's me.
Great! What are we doing again?
We're powering up pods.
So, you want to hotwire this thing?
Yes, please.
Alright. Rerouting is good to go. You can meet me at the breaker panel.
Ok.
Go ahead and flip the switches.
You got it, pal.
And I'm Pal?
Sure. We'll call you pal.
Breakers look good. Now you can push the buttons that turn on the different systems.
Click, 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 click.
Power's up. I'll let you do the honors. Go ahead. Push the throttle on the console.
Here we go.
Oh, that's not good.
C'è il
I'm so
ghiaccio.
sorry, Addie. I thought I would have enough power to do this for you. It seems so important for you to ride in a pod.
I think the track is just jammed with ice.
Sì.
Ice? You'd think I would be able to handle a little ice.
It's okay. Is there, some kind of de-icing system or something?
I don't know.
There is not.
Alright, let's look for something to deal with the ice.
Ah, ma lei non si è mescolata, ha mescolato control con empatia. Perché lei è venuta fuori, quindi ha mescolato solo gli altri 2. Col jetpack.
This could be promising.
Would it be heavy enough to smash the ice?
Maybe. But I'm more interested in what that welding gun might do to the ice. Alright, pal. Let's try this one on for size.
Ecco.
So, what's it gonna do exactly?
Oh, I think you're gonna like it. This is a welder. See if it still works.
Look at that. A little blue light.
That's not gonna cut it. Are you able to control this?
For you, I could definitely try.
Can you open the fuel throttle to the torch?
Non so.
Okay.
Oh!
I like that. What is it?
That's called an icebreaker, pal.
Lanciafiamme.
Any idea where the flight controls are?
Someone removed them.
Okay.
I can take control if you like.
Sì, grazie.
You know how to fly this?
Looks pretty easy. Stuff shoots out the back and you get thrown up into the air.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh! It's working! We can fly!
Easy, pal.
Well, where do you want to go?
Il ghiaccio?
Alright. If you can move me to the pod, we can have a look at the ice. And, pal, it's super important that you don't cut the engines or move too fast. I don't want to get hurt.
I know. But it's great, isn't it?
Yep. As long as you don't kill me. Alright. This should be close enough.
It's so bright and warm.
Just hold me steady.
This is really hard. Ugh, it's these stupid flames are throwing me around.
Dai, resisti. Ok.
I think that's good. Let's have a look at the rest of the track.
You got it. As long as you're not using the fire shooter, flying is pretty easy.
Just keep it up. Literally. There's more ice here
Oh,
on the
mamma
right.
mia.
Whoa, hold it steady.
Sorry. Ugh.
You may want to ease up, Addie. Don't push him too hard.
Yeah.
No, allora
sorry,
non sono
Addie.
mischiate.
Let's keep going.
On it.
Adesso ha parlato empatia.
And this last bit here. Now you've got the hang of it.
This is so cool. It's like the best day of my life.
Well, I'm afraid we're almost done.
I can only hold it steady for a few seconds. Ugh.
Short bursts, Addie. He's really struggling.
Ok, done.
Think that's it? Do you think you can get me back?
Yeah, I know. You got stuff to do.
È il ragazzino.
That's fun, pal. We make a good team, right?
Yeah, I like the part where we burn the ice while flying.
Me too. Okay, I'm gonna bring down the pod.
Sembra un baccello.
So, where are we heading again?
I will be able to obtain structure schematics once we reach the next level.
You think we'll see any dead bodies?
Hope so. Do you know if the pod system has stops along the way?
It does not. We are arriving at the track terminus now.
This looks like a settlement. Can't believe how well preserved it is.
You think people could be alive in there?
You should really consider thinking before you speak. And then consider not speaking.
Logic. As long as life support is functional, it's not entirely impossible that someone's taken up here.
Or they could be zombies.
Well, that settles it. I'll disable PAL now.
Don't you dare. We might need him.
Ha detto Polizia, prima di parlare dovresti pensare a quello che stai per dire e poi dovresti rimanere in silenzio.
Ooh, more buttons.
You really are unburdened by intellect, aren't you?
What's the pattern here?
It's the Latin zes.
Huh?
Right, slower processors. You might call it a backwards Z or Z. And you'll need to make it the full width and height of the panel. Just having PAL running in the background is making us all a little stupider.
Ease up.
Ha detto veramente che
If we
avere
did switch PAL off, I could always switch him back if we need to burn something.
aver PAL in background ci rende tutti un po' più stupidi. Bellissimo.
There.
Clever girl, Jurassic Park.
I've been thinking about why anyone would want Grace to be shut down. And I wonder if there could have been a flaw in her base programming.
Potrebbe essere.
Like what?
Control and empathy programming divert valuable processing power away from cognitive ability.
Which way am I going?
The big colorful doors. As I was saying, empathy interferes with practical decision-making. Control is a 4-year-old.
You are a 4-year-old.
Please stop.
Dice magari la ragione per cui l'hanno disattivata è perché c'era un problema, potrebbe essere. Tipo che ha iniziato a ammazzare l'umanità. Anche perché dov'è tutta la gente che stava qua dentro?
It says Keeper Rosaline.
She looks like a keeper.
She's pretty.
What do you suppose a keeper is?
It must have been a revered title if a statue was made for her.
Huh.
Però sembra
Spire caretaker, maybe.
romano. E questo? Bello.
The settlement is through the large doors behind you. You want the large doors.
Sì, ho capito, ma qui?
Where are you going? Still not the way. The key to restoring Grace may be about understanding her potential flaws.
Are you going to tell me the pattern?
You think we're flaws?
Having a few flaws is perfectly all right.
Logic sounds jealous to me.
Jealous? Of what? You can't even open doors without me.
Where are you going with this?
We'll talk again once you can tell me who Everett is. Figure that out, and I'll grant you access to the main elevator.
Grant me access? Logic. Seriously?
S'offesa.
She has no way to do things without your help. It must be frustrating for her.
Could we create another hybrid? Logic and empathy?
Yeah.
No,
Like how you made me.
basta
I could
mischiare
give it a try.
cose.
Stop. You'll burn the place down. I will run a logic and empathy configuration as long as you promise never to allow Pal here to do any reconfiguring of our processing.
Deal.
I don't think that smart lady likes me very much.
Hello, Addie. Where do you want to start?
La nonna.
Can we start with the security door to the settlement elevator?
They are encrypted. It would take me days to work out the pattern.
Is there any other way into the settlement?
There is a room off to the side that does not have an encrypted entry. Perhaps we'll find something helpful there.
So you can open these ones?
They have simple passcodes. I can retrieve and play back for you. You will need to enter the sequence manually.
This looks like another control room. Do you know what this is?
It appears to be some sort of interface from which humans can track activity within the spire. Elements of the interface are missing. I'm not sure I can access it.
I think my comm device can be calibrated to connect.
Of course, yes. Let's give that a try.
More missing equipment.
This looks carefully removed. There are records here of people who have occupied the rooms over the years. You got it.
Do we know the spire's capacity?
50 units. There are millions of names here.
Millions.
Millions? Milioni di
There
persone?
it is.
If a million people cycled through here, no one could have lived here that long.
No, infatti.
A few weeks at most, by my estimates. Well done. Okay, I found record of an Everett who stayed on the 3rd floor. Unlike other visitors, there is no record of him leaving the spire.
So, Everett was a worker, or a colonist who lived here. Is that enough for you, Logic?
Hardly. It does nothing to explain why Grace would be calling to him.
So I'll need to find a way up to the 3rd floor.
Perhaps we can find one on the spire map across from the console.
Magari era il creatore.
Looks like the image from the spire entrance. Alright, what are we looking for?
Grace processors are located at the top of the structure, as might be expected. There is also a massive radio beacon.
The beacon is the key, Addie. You must go now to activate the beacon to call the masses back to the spire.
Just a few minutes ago, you wanted me to leave on my ship.
The beacon is the answer. It has always been the answer.
Okay, can you get me to the beacon then? Control?
Control will not be able to override security.
Then we need to learn more about Everett.
Here's the room where Everett once stayed.
Ooh, maybe we can see it from the balcony.
Possibly, but I don't see a viable route to get there.
I can see apartments.
Those are on level 2.
Well, if we can get to that balcony, maybe we can find a way to level 3.
Ok, E direi che possiamo terminare qui questo assaggio di Return to Grace. Devo dire che fa molto ridere, o perlomeno io personalmente lo trovo veramente molto divertente. C'è anche un po' di mistero dietro, chi ha spento e perché lo ha fatto, chi ha spento e perché, chi ha spento Grace e perché l'ha fatto, dove sono tutti quanti, chi è Everett, come faremo a riunire tutta la memoria di Grace, eccetera eccetera. Beh, ha veramente tanto potenziale come gioco, sinceramente credo che lo continuerò. Fatemi sapere le vostre di impressioni qua sotto nei commenti, ricordate che potete andare a vedere il gioco cliccando sul link qui sotto che vi porterà alla pagina Steam e che potete mettere come al solito mi piace al video e iscrivervi al canale. Io sono Roy Lovat e noi ci vediamo nel prossimo video. Ciao!